We're going for an advert soon, folks. Enjoy. We'll be back with more chat with me, myself, and Cheryl will tell us some more of what she was saying about earlier. Thank you. See you after the break, folks. Bye.
Crystal.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio.
Anthony.
Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, I've heard some. Don't talk.
Oh, you just messaged me. It's not too bad outside, is it? I know, right? I'm ready for, like, fall. Like, I don't want to rush the summer, but it is just too warm. Are you going to be up in the morning to listen to the show? Probably 7 a.m. I mean, there's times when I do the show that I'm like, yeah, I love it. This is amazing. I mean, even for me to say that, I'm you know? Wish I had to pull it right now for my ears. And I've been eating on a burger. I was sitting here eating stage corn and my salad. I'm like picking up the steak and biting it because I couldn't decide to do the show at the same time. You know, hold on to the phone and all to be able to hear well. He says he can hear us talking. Good. You can hear me talking to my friend Crystal from next door. Or just holler at me when you, or text me and let me know when you're going back on.
Okay, Coke. I will.
Oh.
Don't
What?
worry. I will tell you. I'm trying to whisper very badly.
So do you have a question on anything? Oh gosh, I wish I had to do it. Oh. Well, I was naughty. No. How's the car? Huh? Oh. Hold on.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
I was born in 1960. So you're looking at, the age of 19 back then, it was considered a mental disability or mental issue. And it wasn't until in my 30s that I had gone actually to a psychiatrist, and I also did some testing, and then went into my church to make sure, for one, the psychologist, that I did not have schizophrenia. And I sat and read my psychologist to the point where he literally asked me to leave the conversation and leave his office. And the things I told him, nobody could have ever known except him. And so then I moved forward to doing some testing in Denver, Colorado, because I lived at the time in Colorado, and I seeked out people that did metaphysics, or they would study people that were highly intuitive. And I was tested on a higher level of intellect, as well as being able to effectively know things prior to them happening. And I was obviously cleared that I wasn't having any mental issues. And then I went to my church, and the first church with my family, of course, my family was 100% down once they realized that, oh my goodness, Cheryl does have something, but they didn't know how to label it. Well, so then I went to my church, the first church. It was an evangelical church. And after I talked to my pastors about it, they were like, we want you to read Chronicles and Acts in the Bible. And then if you're practicing any of these items that are listed biblically, then we'll have to do an exorcism. And I said, oh, okay. So I went home and did my homework, and I studied and went back and told them that none of the things in Acts and Chronicles applied to me. I wasn't talking in tongues. My eyes were not rolling back, and I wasn't growling. So then they told me I couldn't go to that church anymore. So then I found a church that supported prophesizing people, and my family literally, once they realized that, that there was something obviously different, then they were very much on board. And in fact, my sister, Joni from California, she was living in California at the time, had a friend that her husband had been shot and murdered, and they could not figure out, some of the case. And that was the first time I did a investigative case for a murder. And I was able to talk to the lady over the phone. And before she even told me anything that happened, I told her exactly what happened and the errors that were in the case discoveries that the police department overlooked or didn't even consider. So that's when my sister Joni was completely blown away. And then my sister Cindy got more involved in the last 10 years because of all the ghost shows on TV, the